So following the conclusion of Egghead, I was incredibly surprised by the number of people who are still arguing Gear 5 Luffy and Shanks to be some of the strongest in the entire world. Like, if Egghead served one purpose, it was to show us that the balance of power in the One Piece world was nothing more than a lie told to us by those who evidently didn't even know the truth for themselves. Like, up until Egghead, or potentially as far back as Marineford, we were told that the 7 warlords and the marines together served as a counterbalance to the power of the Yonko, which, despite being incredibly hard to believe, was at the very least something we could potentially imagine being the case. But now, after the event of the last arc, it's clear that everything we know is wrong, because evidently the Gorosei and Im could have not only killed all the Shichibukai but also all the Yonko single-handedly at any moment in time if they so desired. Like, sure, Luffy in Gear 5 gave it a good effort and held off the 5 of them on his own for some time, but he never throughout the entire arc did any real damage to any of them. And with his glaring weakness being his incredibly low stamina, it was only a matter of time before Saturn or any of the Gorosei simply just killed him after he turned old and useless. Which is what I want to discuss in this video. I want to briefly talk about the confusion around the current scaling of power within the world of One Piece, and how a lot of people are actually misunderstanding what this actually means going forward for the story. Like, as it stands, no one that we have seen in the entirety of the series can defeat the Gorosei. That's just the simple truth of the matter. Sure, we like to assume that Shanks also has access to whatever hockey-powered Joy Boy used on them, but we really don't know if that's actually the case. Like, right now, they are this immortal power, who's lived practically forever, has access to incredible knowledge of all things devil fruits and hockey, and even has an entire army at their disposal. They are simply unbeatable, which is why, as a villainous group, they are incredibly amazing, because they clearly highlight why Luffy and every single person in the series is important. Because throughout this journey, we've met Yonko, revolutionaries, pirates, and giants. Incredibly powerful individuals who just simply had no hope of ever actually freeing the world from this 800-year-long enslavement. That was until now, because now, after 800 years, the time has come. He has come. The man who, out of blind luck, ate a fruit that would one day awaken to become the sole reason as to why freedom could one day return to this world. After 800 long years of suffering, the Sun God has returned to unite the many species from around the world to all together take back control from this evil overshadowing power that's been making them suffer for so very long. Like, what Oda has done to present the Gorosei and the Celestial Dragons as both this incredible evil and unbeatable force is truly nothing short of genius. Because it's now clear that without the union of every key player within the world, we have literally no hope of winning. Like, we have a god on our sides, and it still seems unlikely that he will actually do anything in combat against any of them, which just adds to make the stakes that much heavier. Like, recently, I've been hearing a lot of people claiming One Piece to have gotten boring and less interesting, which to me, as someone who's potentially read the entire manga more times than any of you, I can clearly say without a shadow of a doubt that they are incredibly wrong. One Piece is only becoming more incredible the closer we get to the end of this 20-year-long crazy journey. And the sole reason for this is that balance of power. Like, none of us, if we met a guest right now, could correctly state where that pendulum will land by the end of the series. Which is why I and many of you have kept reading for this long, and will continue to keep reading for another 20 plus years if we have to. Because it's a mystery that we need to see solved. We need to know what happens at the end of this journey. So now I ask all of you, do you think One Piece has gotten boring? Or do you, like me, think that things are only beginning to heat up and the stakes are only getting that much heavier by the chapter? Tell me all your thoughts down below. And consider subscribing so as to not miss our next upload where we discuss the 3 possible options for who One Piece's final villain will actually be. But now with all of that said, I'm out. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and peace.